Well, Horror Nights is ruined. And when I say Horror Nights is ruined, I actually mean that in the best way possible. It finally happened. A dream of mine has come true. I got to go on an R.I.P tour for the very first time ever this year at Halloween Horror Nights. This was always a dream of mine, and especially after last year when a few of my friends were able to do one. I couldn't go, unfortunately, last year, but they said this year we had to do it. They said, you do not know what you're missing. You are never going to want to go to the event any other way ever again. And I have to say that is 100% true now. So in this video, you're going to see some clips from my night at the event on my R.I.P tour, but I have to say I really didn't take a ton of pictures and videos. I was so caught up in the experience of it all, the whole excitement of being on this R.I.P tour, that I really didn't intentionally take a lot of pictures or videos. Like I said, I have some, I'll be putting that in here. But before we get into that, I do want to just kind of talk overall about the R.I.P experience. So we go in, we meet our guide, and we are escorted over to the media center for some food, desserts, and drinks. Like they had free bottles of water and sodas and things like that. They did have a cash bar over there as well. And that was where we got to have our first character interaction of the night. We got to meet the mean clown that I said in my anticipation video that I did not know. We got to meet the man himself, Art. I have a great video of that coming up too. He came right up to my cousin and they had a really wonderful interaction that I was able to catch on my camera. And I have to say, one of the reasons that this R.I.P tour was also so special is because it was my cousin's very first time at Horror Nights ever. She's never been in a haunted house, nothing. And I really, really had been wanting to take her for a long time. We were finally able to make that happen this year. So the fact that her experience got to be this R.I.P tour for the very first time just made it completely amazing for her. So we got to meet Art, we got to hang out, we got to eat a little bit, and then when the event opened, we got to immediately start going and running some of these houses. Now I'm going to save my official house rankings and all of that for later on this fall because I am returning to the event one more time, not doing an R.I.P tour, but I am going back with my parents. And things can always change. Already, I'm kind of surprised at the way my list was shaping up based on my anticipations before we went down there. So I can't wait to see kind of where things land. But we were able to go in every single house. We even ran Terrifier twice. We did both the wet and the dry path in Terrifier back to kind of compare the two. We got to see the show. I had never seen A Nightmare Fuel. It just wasn't the number one priority for me, but I'm glad we were able to do that. And that was cool too, because my cousin actually does aerial arts and teaches things like that. So getting to see the aerial performers, and that was really special for her too. And then we also went on Gringotts and The Mummy, and then got to go behind the scenes of The Mummy. And I think that was the point where I decided this is the best night of my entire life. As someone that's been coming to this park forever, getting to go around and have these new kind of VIP experiences just made the evening so wonderful, so amazing. And I really did feel like a little kid. I think everyone was just kind of looking at me wow, she's losing her mind, when I'm just declaring this is the best night of my entire life. And none of that would have been possible without our guide. I cannot stress to you enough that our guide was the real MVP of the entire thing. He was just amazing. He was so much fun to talk to. He knew exactly which path to go in to make it the least amount of walking we could do and not tire ourselves out. He was great about asking if we needed breaks and all of that. So Jay, you were a real one. Jay, I don't, I'm sure all of the R.I.P guides are incredible, but I think Jay has to be the best one of all. We're still talking about Jay. We're we miss Jay. We need Jay every time we go to a theme park. Forever. I cannot speak highly enough of him. I really do. I want to contact Universal and just sing his praises, because he was a fabulous guide the entire night. Knew so much of the lore. You could tell he was a really strong fan of Horror Nights as well. So having someone to geek out about this stuff with was really awesome. And him giving us all the backstory before we went in the houses and all of that, and then him waiting at the end for us, asking us our thoughts and everything. It's like, this is what I've always wanted. Like, yeah, the people I'm with, we like to share our thoughts and talk about it, but to have someone like, so what did you think? Did you catch this? And like telling us what to look out for before we went in the houses was awesome. And it was just kind of like mind-blowing that we'd just be walking and then like boom, immediately in a house without waiting in a line at all. Like it didn't give you any like transition time barely to like gather yourself. It was just like so exciting to go from one thing to the next. And I really don't think I could ever go to Horror Nights another way again. Like, it is so worth it to do this tour if you're able to have a chance to do it. And again, like, Jay was a real one. Jay was the best guide of all time. And we did all of the houses. Like I said, I am floored. And I'm not the only one that was floored. I think everyone in the group was kind of floored by some of the favorites and things that kind of shook out on this tour. I'm puzzled. I'm like struggling with the rankings. I think I have like a tentative one right now. Like I said, it could change when I go back. But the discussions that followed in like the days after have been kind of all over the map. Everyone's list has been like a little bit different. My cousin and I right now have the same top three, not in the same order, but our top three favorite houses are the same ones somewhere in the mix right now. So stay tuned for that coming up. Like I said, R.I.P. is 100% worth it. I know that I was very, very fortunate to be able to do this way. Not everyone is able to. I think also it really helped because we went on a holiday weekend and it was very crowded. Jay even said that. He said the worst part of tonight is going to be trying to navigate through the crowds at some points, but he was awesome. He got us where we needed to be, and it was the most smooth experience I've ever had at a theme park. So this is where I'm going to put in the clips that I did take from that night, plus a few bonus things from the day after. We ended up at Disney Springs the next day, and I was a very wicked, evil person. My husband had never tried Beverly. When we went to Epcot, we didn't do the little Coke tasting, but then I was reminded that you can get a sampler flight tray at the Coca-Cola store at the little rooftop bar at Disney Springs. So my friends were all complicit in this deviousness, and it was worth the $18 that I spent just to have him try the Beverly. So you'll see that as well. You'll see us being a tourist at the Rainforest Cafe. But I don't know how I'm supposed to go back to real life after this experience. That's going to be really hard, but I have to, and I'm just going to bide my time for the next few weeks until I am back at the event for closing weekend. It was too chaotic at Buc-ee's. Sorry, I will be filming this experience. Don't worry about it. So we're in the elevator. It's a video. I'm sorry. Hi, we're in the elevator. Moving sidewalk. Moving sidewalk. We out here.
Can you send
all right.
a picture of me too? And also me and Taylor also.
Yes. So we're in the media center for our R.I.P. tour. Art the Clown is afoot. I don't know him. I have not watched his movies, but he seems like he's having a good time. This is kind of crazy. This is my first R.I.P.
Well, they did it. They won him, and he gave me this
You're gonna need a drink after this. Oh.
I've seen more.
Look at that. No one's looked at me like this in a long time. I feel the connection.
I cannot. What else has he got in his bag? Let's see. You gotta have the essentials. Okay, I'm loving it.
I don't think it's really wet enough to matter. What? There's a choice in the Terrifier.
Oh!
No, not the green. Turn right back around. Not the green.
So this is like spooky cats.
So there's a cat lady that turns trick-or-treaters into these cats. I love the black cat so much. I love it. Jellicle songs for Jellicle cats. All right, first house of the season. You can come in it. First house of the season is going to be Gawkin, and our guide Jay has given us all the inside info on Gawkin and Fallout. So excited! I know. Walton Goggins. Behind those chairs. All right, we're approaching my #1 most anticipated hatchet and chains. Demon bounty hunters. There's a lady on the porch. Get out of here with that. Also, shout out to Jay. Jay is the best tour guide. Oh, here comes a guy. Oh no! No! Ah! Every time we come through here, Jay is getting assaulted because of his light. Oh! A joining of forces. If the coppers come, I'm fighting, I'm throwing hands.
Get it off me! Get it off me!
Alright, I think we're gonna run this one twice, and Jay is coming with us this time. Jay is truly the MVP of Horror Nights of all time. Shout out to Jay, always and forever. So the wet path was wet. Wetter than I was led to believe by the internet. There was a big gush of water on my head. So we ran wet and dry, and honestly, as a certified, I thought I was gonna hate Terrifier. I did not hate Terrifier, and it's one of my favorites we've done so far. How are you feeling about that?
I liked it.
I
like any intellectual property.
Yes, you are the IP gal of the whole experience.
Yeah.
And now, yeah, it was great. It was fun. The little song was fun. And now we're going to Five Nights at Freddy's. That movie. For he who holds the trident gold has Poseidon's powers for all times told. One of the highlights of the night, sorry. I loved your work in LRtista. All right, we out. All right, until closing weekend. Bye. Good morning from Disney Springs. We got up and got out of the hotel before 11 on very little sleep, and now we're shopping.
Sprite.
Yeah, no, that's the Beverly. That's the Italian one.
Smells like Sprite. What is happening?
Her number 10 is my number 1.
We're gonna get rainbows.
No, Keith.
Y'all ever been a tourist? What y'all know about the Rainforest Cafe?